There were some really good resolutions passed. Not everything that I wanted got passed, but the one that was most important to me and my community is a resolution to amend the BC Mines Act. I'll read it for you. Whereas the British Columbia Mines Act does not provide the capability to adequately address impacts from mining activities, including gravel operations on community health, ground and surface water, road safety, agriculture, property rights, wildlife habitat, and the well-being of communities overall. And whereas the Mines Act is critically outdated, does not support sustainable objectives, and overrides more current environmental standards in the Water Act, local bylaws, and other acts and laws. Therefore, we, the undersigned, request the Government of British Columbia to amend the Mines Act, the BC Mines Act, with input from members of the public and First Nations, similar to methods used to amend the BC Water Act, and to update and be compatible with sustainable objectives, environmental laws, and other acts. Just to give you an idea of what's happening in my community, this is a picture of a watershed. All this up here is above 900 community members. All the pink are already permitted and almost permitted gravel pits. The green areas, they've been asked if they want to sell to the gravel industry as well. So this whole mountain watershed that is full of underground springs, creeks, salmon spawning areas is likely to get wiped out in the not too distant future. Already it's diverted streams. People have gotten sick from their water. Actually, some streams have disappeared altogether. And another place, Crystal Springs here, got contaminated from the work redoing the road for the gravel mine as well. So the Mines Act has been devastating to my community, but if you compile that with free trade and lack of regulation, lack of enforcement, lack of accountability, it's been a disaster. And things that worry me are the Premier's statements recently on the news where she says she's going to cut red tape and sell BC. I'm a little bit worried that there is no red tape left to cut, and that instead of selling BC, she'll be selling out a lot of the communities in BC because there is no accountability for regulations and enforcement. And just livable standards that people need for communities like water definitely could be a disaster for potable water in BC. Well, unfortunately at LMLGA, an MLA brought forward the fact that he doesn't believe that any of these resolutions that get voted on by a majority of BC councillors and mayors and directors of areas are looked at or even considered. So we're the closest thing to the communities that people have to bring forward resolutions, to make policy. We're kind of the direct link to the communities, and apparently they just basically don't even get looked at in the light of day. No matter what, it's important for people to go through the motions and not let apathy get to them. The more people that do stand up, the more likely things will happen and changes will happen.